a seated position. So if you have maybe a pillow or a block or something, you may sit on it right now. And you can try and come in a full lotus or half lotus, or just cross your legs. You can close your eyes here and start observing your breath, how it is in this very moment. And just start focusing only on your breath. Everything that's happened today, or everything that will happen today, we're going to keep it out for this practice. We're only focusing on the right now, on our breath, on our body, on our practice. Maybe we want to set our own mantra, our own intention for our practice today. Maybe today you need to practice patience. Or maybe you need to practice something else. Find one thing, find your own mantra, and that will be your intention for your practice today. You'll come back to it throughout the class, throughout your poses, and throughout your breathing. Slowly start inhaling, each time with a deeper and deeper inhale. Hold it in and exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. One more. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Open your eyes and start moving your head and just kind of stretching out your neck a little bit, maybe going from your right to your left. Maybe you want to do some circular motion here. Inhaling as we come up, and then exhaling as our head comes down. We start incorporating our hips. So we exhale and move forward, and we inhale coming backwards. Inhale, coming in. Exhale. One more. Bringing your palms together, interlocking your fingers. Inhale as you bring them up, right underneath your chin. Exhale as you push forward. Here, kind of separating our shoulder blades. Inhaling, bringing them back together, really squeezing in your shoulder blades, and then exhaling, separating them. Again, inhale and exhale. Separate your hands, bring them right in front of you, and start moving slowly so that we can warm up our wrists. Bringing your right arm down, and then bringing your left arm over at the top. Inhale, Exhale, try coming to your right side, stretching your whole left side. Maybe you have enough flexibility to come onto your forearm on your right side. And then inhale, coming back up. Left arm down, right arm comes up, inhale. And then exhale, coming towards your left side. Making sure your arm's not in front like this, but rather over your ears, over your head, keeping a nice activated arm here. If you do keep your left arm straight, make sure your shoulder is not too close to your ear. Again, if you can, come onto your forearm. And then come back up. We'll come on our sitting bones. We can take our blocks away, pulling up on our sitting bones, and just kind of also warming up our ankles. And warming up our knees. Maybe moving kind of like windshield wipers from side to side. Warming up our hips as well, all of our joints. And then when you are ready, we'll come in a tabletop. Remember, in tabletop, you always want to make sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders. Your knees are underneath your hips. And then we'll immediately start our cow-cat pose. So as we inhale, we bring our tailbones up and our belly down. We look up towards the ceiling, inhale. And then exhale, coming into cat. Arching our back, making that curve in our back. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you want to practice your Ujjayi breathing. Inhale. That ocean breathing. Like you're hearing the waves of an ocean. And you feel that air through your throat. Inhale. And hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, coming into cat. Here, really activating your core, feeling your back curving, making that arch, and hold it here. 4, 3, 2, 1. And coming into neutral tabletop. On your next inhale, we'll lift up our right leg and then our left arm into a balancing table pose right here. Making sure that we're creating a nice horizontal line so our leg isn't coming all the way up, but rather it's at an even kind of line with our arm. This is also helping us work on our balance. We keep our back foot activated so our toes are pointing towards the mat. Exhale and come back down. Good. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So inhale, left leg, right arm. Again, creating that nice straight line. Making sure that foot's activated again. Toes pointing towards the mat. Looking forward. Listening to your breath. Exhale and come down. On the next inhale, we'll lift up our right arm. And then on an exhale, we'll thread the needle. So we'll bring that right arm right underneath our left. And then here, we'll put our right ear on the mat. And with our left arm, we can either keep it here. We can maybe bring it right over our head. Or maybe we want to kind of wrap it around our torsos. And just stay here for 5 breaths. I invite you to close your eyes. One last breath. Inhale. Exhale. If you did any hand variations, now is the time to bring your left hand back close to your face. On your next inhale, lifting up our right arm. And then bringing it back down to the mat. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So with an inhale, lifting up our left arm. And then exhale, threading the needle, bringing it underneath our right. And again, if you want to do a hand variation, you can do the same one as on the other side, or try something different. One more inhale, exhale. Bring your head back to your face, and then inhale, lifting up your your left arm, and then exhale, bringing it into tabletop. If you want to do some last final movements here, maybe moving from side to side, maybe coming into a cobra, and then back down into a child's pose a couple of times just to move. This is kind of free play here, whatever you need for your body. And then when you're ready, we'll come into our first downward dog. So inhale and then exhale, coming into downward dog. The first thing is maybe try to bend your legs so that your tailbone comes up really high and that your back is nice and straight. So we don't want something like this. We want to try to make sure our tailbone's right up and then our back is straight. And our head comes in between our arms and our shoulder blades are relaxed. Maybe we can't touch the mat, and that's okay with our heels. Maybe we can. Maybe it's easier to bend your knees. I'd rather you bend your knees and keep your back nice and straight rather than trying to go for the whole pose. Stay here for 5 deep breaths. On your next inhale, look forward and slowly walk your way there. We'll come into Samasthiti. So we'll bring our feet together and our palms at our chest, our arms activated, our elbows out, and we're going to do a couple of sun salutations. Can't see my face at all. A couple of sun salutation variation A, just to kind of get the energy flowing. So, staying here, let's see. There you go. A little bit more. There you go. Excellent. Good. So, we're starting here in Samasthiti. Inhale, lifting up our arms all the way up above our head. Good. maybe looking in between our hands. Exhale, bringing them into a forward bend all the way down. We're going to come inhale into a flat back. So maybe your hands can be on your shins, or if they can reach the floor, that's fine, but your back has to be nice and flat. I always say that we try to balance an apple on it. And then exhale back into a forward bend and coming into our first plank. All right? So then from this plank, you have two options. You can either bring your knees down and make your way into a chaturanga this way, or you can come from a plank, inhale, come on your toes, and then exhale, come into your chaturanga. Inhale, coming into upward dog. So upward dog, only our feet are touching, our thighs aren't on the floor, and our pelvis is off the floor too. Keeping a nice flat back and your arms straight in front of you. And then exhale, slowly coming into our downward dog. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Walking our way up again, and then slowly rolling ourselves all the way up into Samastiti. In Samastiti, we're going to stay here and observe our breath in this moment. How does it feel? How does our body feel? Take 2 deep breaths here, and we'll do a second round of sun salutations. Inhale, bring arms all the way up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Staying here for 5 breaths again. And slowly, either walking our way up to the front or jumping our way up to the front. We'll look at your hands. Inhale into a flat back, and then exhale, forward bend. Inhale, coming all the way up, and then exhale into Samastiti. We'll do it one more time, just a little bit faster. Remember, inhale, exhale through each pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Stay here for 5 breaths. Inhale, look to the front, and then either walk or jump your way. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale into a forward bend. Inhale, lifting our arms all the way up, and then exhale into Samastiti. Good. We're going to bring our left leg behind us, and we'll come into a warrior 1. So our toes are kind of pointing diagonally, but kind of up. All right, so not a complete sideways. All right, and then kind of like a 40-degree angle. And then our front leg, our right foot is pointing 90 degrees straight forward. Our leg is nice and bent. Our knee is not overbent, okay? Our legs are spread out wide. And our hips are squared off to the front. Inhale, lifting up our arms. Exhale, trying to dig deeper into our pose. Exhale, coming into our warrior two. Making sure that our heels are on the same line, okay, so that they're nicely aligned here. Here, we're gonna inhale, and then exhale, bring our arms down. Inhale, bring them back up. Exhale, they come back down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, back up, and stay here for 3 breaths, looking towards your right hand, making sure that our chest is opened. Inhaling, straightening out our front leg, and coming into our triangle pose. Left arm comes down and our right arm comes up. Here you want to make sure that your arms aren't over your face, but rather that they come all the way up. You're stretching your left side, you're opening your shoulders. You may look up to your left hand. Exhale, coming back into a warrior two. Inhale, coming back into a warrior one. From here, we're going to work on our balance a little bit and try to make our way into a warrior three and kind of pushing our way forward on a breath. So maybe you want to practice and kind of, as you inhale, push your way with your left foot. And then each time it might get closer until you're finally balancing on your right leg. Okay? Or you can try it all at once. So you can either bring your arms forward first or do the pose at the same time. So inhale and coming into our warrior three. Okay? Making sure your back leg is straight and activated. Here I don't really have space in front of me, so I will bring my palms together. Okay, staying here for 3, 2, 1, and slowly making our way back into warrior one. Good, coming back to the front, we'll come into a goddess pose. So here, our feet are opened, kind of like in the shape of a V, towards the outer parts of our mat, and our legs are nice and bent. Our tailbone stays nice and tucked in, so you don't want a grit coming out, it's tucked in. And then our arms come into a cactus pose. Keeping this whole part activated. A goddess pose is kind of it's not to warm up your body and give you all this energy, but rather to really keep it in there. Right? This is more of a concentration, closer to a meditation pose. More reflexive. And then slowly straightening up. And then we're going to change direction on our mat. So this time, our left leg will face towards this way, and we'll come into our warrior one that way, bending our left leg. Lifting up our arms as we inhale. Making sure you're squared off to the front. Making sure there's no tension in your shoulders. So if you feel your shoulders are too close to your ears, take a deep breath and make sure they come down. Keep them relaxed. And the next exhale, coming into your warrior two. And again, we'll do the movement here as well. So exhale with our arms coming down. Inhale, back up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. And then straight, and then bringing our arms out nice and straight and staying in that warrior two. Maybe you can open your legs a little bit wider, making sure you have a 90-degree angle with your left leg. Straight arms, looking forward towards your left hand. And then straighten out that front leg. Exhaling, bringing our left arm towards our left leg, and then our right arm up. Coming into that triangle pose. Maybe looking at our right arm. It's okay if your left hand doesn't come all the way to the floor. You want to make sure that your chest is open rather than trying to get it as low as you can, okay? So making sure you're really stretching out your right side. And then inhale, coming back up into a warrior two. And then from here, making our way into the warrior one again. We'll try that balancing pose, the warrior three on this side. Again, you can slowly start coming up, or on one inhale, bringing your arms and your legs out at the same time. Inhale, and then balancing on your left leg. You can do the same hand variation or try something different. Keeping your back foot activated, your toes pointing towards the mat. 3, 2, 1. And you can let go. Going back into the warrior one. And then coming back to the side. This time we'll come into a wide-legged pose. So, if you want to stretch your shoulders, you can interlock your fingers behind you and then slowly bring your body down. Or you can bring your hands to your feet or your ankles, okay? Pretend that here there's like a bar or something holding on so that you're just bending down with your torso like this. Here maybe you might even want to just put your hands down on the floor. Maybe you want to try to touch your head to the floor slowly. And then slowly lifting yourself all the way up again. Bringing your feet together and coming into Samasthiti. We're going to work on our balancing poses a little bit today. And so to do that, I want you to lift up your toes, all toes, and really spread them wide. Okay, so you can see each toe. And then slowly from here, each toe is going to individually touch the yoga mat. Okay, so that you feel each point of your foot on the yoga mat. All 5 toes, your heel, and your whole sole of your foot is touching the yoga mat. I'm going to do that again. So lift up your toes, and then just feel like each toe is rooting down in your mat, like you're becoming a tree, and your roots are growing deeper and deeper, and your feet can't leave the mat. Okay. I'm going to slowly lift up our right foot. And then here, we're going to come into our tree pose. You can bring your foot down here by your ankle, by your shin, or all the way up. Remember not to put it against your knee, as that will hurt the knee. When you feel like you're nice and stable here, maybe you can do a hand variation. Like maybe you want to bring your arms all the way up. You can't see that, but bringing your arms straight up. Or maybe you want to stretch your shoulders out so you interlock your hands behind you. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. We'll try that on the other side as well. So shake out your left leg a little bit. And then again, the cool thing about balancing poses is that you really have to concentrate here. So you really can't think about anything else. And you just focus on one point as you find your own balance. Maybe this is a good place to practice your mantra or your intention that you set at the beginning of class. So maybe if it was patience, have the patience to come into your own balance. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And then for your last pose, you can do the same thing and just try the tree again. Or you maybe you can try the hand to big toe with me, okay? So what we're going to do is we'll bring our left hand to our hip. And then we'll start lifting up our right leg, kind of in like a 90-degree angle here, okay? And then bring your hands to hold onto your big toe, and then slowly start stretching out that leg in front of you. See if you can stay here for 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, let go. Good. Shake it out, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'll do it to the side now so you can kind of see what it looks like this way. So bringing your right hand to your right hip, and then slowly you're going to start lifting up your left leg. You're going to find your toe with your hands, and then slowly focusing on a point in front of you, you'll start straightening out your left leg, Keeping your back as straight as possible, lengthening that spine, keeping your whole body activated. We'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. Bring our hands together into Samasthiti. We'll do one vinyasa flow. So inhale, lifting our arms all the way up. Exhale, coming to a forward bend. Inhale on a flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. Coming all the way down. Inhale, coming into an upward dog. And then exhale, making our way into a downward facing dog. Good. Remember what I said here, tailbone up, back nice and kind of straight, shoulders relaxed, head down. Stay here for 5 breaths. And then coming into a child's pose. From here, we'll come into a puppy pose. So bringing our tailbone up, our forehead again touching the floor, but our arms are not touching the floor, just the tips of our fingers. And just stretching out our spine. 3 deep breaths. From here, in our tabletop, we'll slowly make our way to the mat to work on our back bends. So our first one will be a Sphinx. Bringing the elbow right underneath our shoulder, our forearms flat on the floor, our fingers nice and spread out, our legs activated but on the mat, our back nice and straighten out here, really working on our back bend. Our shoulders relaxed. Our head neutral, looking straight forward. And on our next exhale, lowering ourselves down on the floor, bringing our hands right underneath our shoulders, and then we'll slowly make our way into just a cobra, an extended cobra. Inhaling, and very slowly so that we can really massage our back, really slowly coming up into our cobra. Maybe here you want to adjust where your arms are placed, trying to keep them nice and straight, but we don't want our shoulders close to our ears. Our pelvis is still touching the floor. Our legs are activated. We're looking up. If this hurts, you can always come into a mini cobra right here. And then slowly coming down, bring your right ear to your mat. Relax your arms, relax your legs. Take 2 deep breaths here. We'll bring our legs together now. Keep them nice and straight and activated. And then we'll slowly lift up so our shoulders and chest are off the mat. Our hands start interlocking behind us. And keep them nice and activated as well. We'll come into our snake. So we want to look maybe on our mat or right in front of us, but we don't want to look straight forward so we don't hurt our neck. Each time trying to get our shoulders and chest a little bit higher off the mat. But never feeling true discomfort in our lower back, so don't, if it feels like it's pinching or something like that, relax a little bit. On our next inhale, we lift up our feet as well. Come into our locust. Staying here for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, come down, relax your body. Give it maybe a little shake. Good. We'll come for our last one. If you want, you can go back to the locust, or you can join me for a bow. So, lifting up again. Our arms come behind us, kind of like an airplane. Wings, we lift up our legs, we bend our legs, and then we find our feet with our hands. As we inhale, we lift up higher and higher. See if we can just get our feet off the floor, our chest even higher. Maybe looking up. On an exhale and come down. Maybe you want to move your feet from side to side like windshield wipers. And we can try it again. Okay? So slowly coming into this pose, the Dhanurasana, lifting up. Inhale. One more. Exhale, come all the way down. Good. From here, we'll bring our hands up again, and then we'll lift ourselves up into the cobra, and then into a child's pose. Cross our feet behind us so we can come into a sitting position. Here we'll come into a staff pose, so lifting up so that we are completely on our sitting bones here. Keeping our legs nice and activated with our toes pointing up. We bring our hands and have the palms of our hands right next to our hips. Our arms straight, but our shoulders aren't all the way up, okay? Keeping the whole body activated, feeling as if your spine is lengthening, kind of like being pulled up. Don't forget to breathe. Deep breaths each time. And then from here, we'll bring our right foot right on the outside of our left knee. And then you can either either stay like this with the left leg straight out or bend it. Okay, whichever is easiest for you. And then you bring your right arm down to your side and you lift up your left arm and bring it on the outside of your right knee. And then trying to look backwards over your right shoulder as much as you can. Exhale and release. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So bring your left foot over on the outside of your right knee. Again, you can keep your right leg straight or you can bend it. Okay? And then your right arm is going to come on the outside of your left knee. And you're going to try and look over your left shoulder as much as you can. Each time with deep breaths. And release. Good. We'll come back up into our last downward dog of the day. So inhale once, exhale coming into our downward dog. And we'll stay here for 6 breaths. On your next inhale, lift up your right leg, bend it, kind of stacking it over your hips. And then on an exhale, come into a half pigeon here. Okay. So maybe your body can do this where your foot is completely nice and horizontal, like in a horizontal line. Or maybe your foot comes down a little bit this way. Depends on how your body is. Right. Keeping your leg nice and activated behind you. And then here we'll come with the tips of our fingers to the outer edges of our yoga mat. And then we'll inhale once, looking up, and then exhale, bending our arms, coming down. Inhale, coming up again, kind of like a flow, massaging our spine. Exhale, coming down. One more inhale, coming up. And then exhale, coming down, and you can rest your forehead on the mat. If you don't reach and you have a block, you can also do that with your block. Okay? Whatever you need to do, or stack 2 fists on top of each other. And stay here for 3 deep breaths. And slowly come up. Tuck in your toes on your left leg. And then come into that downward dog for that last pose. And then move your legs around a little bit here if you want. Inhale, lifting up your left leg. Stacking hips. And then exhale, coming into that half pigeon on that side as well. Again, with our fingertips to the outer edges of the mat. Inhale, looking up, and then exhale, making your way down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale. And then exhale, coming down on the mat. Maybe your forehead again touches the mat. Again, you can use the block if you need it. And then from here, coming up slowly, we'll come into a one inversion today. You can use your wall, and you can just have a very simple lying down with your feet up against the wall. And have your feet up against the wall like this. You can do a shoulder stand. Practicing your shoulder stand, so inhaling, coming up with your legs. Kind of keeping that balance. Maybe you have to hold on to your hips. Each time trying to come into a straighter shoulder stand. Or maybe you can even do a headstand. Maybe you can try it against the wall. Whatever you need to do here. But I want you to try 6 deep breaths in whatever pose you are. At your own pace, slowly making your way back down into a plow in the Halasana. Depending on where you are today, if your back is a little bit more tense, try not to push it. Okay? Just coming with your legs behind you. Relax your neck here. Come into your breaths, deep breaths. Wherever you are. And then exhale, coming down slowly. Good. Here we're going to give ourselves a nice little massage. Nice little back massage. Keeping our knees together, moving from side to side. And maybe you want to come into a happy baby. So lifting up our legs. Maybe finding our big toes and holding them with our hands. Maybe rolling from side to side. We can really massage that lower back there. And these poses, if you want to do an inversion for a longer time, go right ahead. You can always just pause the video and try that. And then when you're ready, we'll come into a recline bound angle. So the soles of your feet are touching and they come down to our sides, our knees down to the outside as well. And then we can keep our hands out like this, or maybe put them on our chest and belly, just so we can feel our breath. I want you to close your eyes, relax your body, feel your breath, observe how it is compared to when you started class. What's changed? Come back to your mantra, to your intention at the beginning of class. Remember that and try to keep it with you for the rest of the day, not just in this practice. Deep inhale. Exhale with our mouths open. Inhale through our nose. Exhale through our mouth. One more inhale through our nose. Exhale through our mouth. Coming to one side. And then from here, making our way into seated position. Close your eyes. Relax your face. Relax your shoulders. Relax your body. Deep breath. As you exhale, you feel like your navel is coming towards all the way to the back of your spine, almost sticking to it. So just focus on your navel point. Inhale regularly. And then exhale. The exhale should be deeper. Each time you feel that navel point going deeper and deeper to the back of your body. Regular inhale. Deep exhale. Maybe you want to put your hands right there at your belly button and just feel that. As your exhale kind of makes your navel point just go deeper back, deeper back. Inhale. And then deep exhale. Rubbing your hands together. Finishing the class with a little massage. When our hands are warm, we bring them to our face. Maybe we want to massage our forehead, our temple, our eyes, our face, cheekbones, our ears, right behind our ears, our neck, our shoulders, bring our palms together. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.